Hi, I'm Andy Hembroff, Laboratory Account Consultant here at Respirare Labs. When working with clients that are navigating environmental illnesses, one of the best ways that you can support them is by helping them allocate their resources appropriately. Oftentimes, many of these families are dually tasked with testing, diagnosing, and healing both their home and their families. Unfortunately, oftentimes these efforts require out-of-pocket expenses. So how you guide them through the diagnostic process in their home really matters. I like to make the analogy that diagnosing a home is not unlike diagnosing a body. And there's an order of operations that typically occurs there. So when we go into the doctor and we say, "Doctor, I don't feel good," the doctor typically won't start with an MRI or exploratory surgery. They typically will listen to our complaints, do a physical exam. They might look over our medical history and take our vitals and perhaps do a basic blood or urine panel. Sometimes these efforts lead to a proper diagnosis and put us on a treatment plan. However, sometimes we go to our doctor and they say, "Your labs looked good. I'm going to order this test next or send you to this specialist." So diagnosing an environment should follow that same order of operations. And you are the clinician of the built environment. And you typically start by looking at the home as a whole, doing a very thorough visual inspection, using foundational tools such as thermal imaging, moisture meters, particle counters. This is a great place for spore trap air sampling. Unfortunately, sometimes these efforts don't identify the issue. And for many of these chronically ill families, the issue is not obvious. So unfortunately, this is where a lot of these families get stuck. And what I see is these families go from one IEP to another IEP using the same foundational tools and failing to get any answers. When you're dealing with these clients, it's important to understand and to help them understand that there's always going to be limitations with the non-invasive inspection and these foundational tools, though that's the appropriate place to start. But it's also really important to have access to more advanced diagnostic tools when they're needed. And this is a great way to introduce Respirare Labs mycotoxin air and surface testing, airborne mycotoxin environmental analysis, AMEA, and MESA, mycotoxin environmental surface analysis. For many families, identifying that there's an issue through these more advanced diagnostics is really a turning point for them and really impactful. Also, when you help your clients understand the why behind what you're doing, you're adding value to your services, to the tools that you're using, and you elevate yourself from a service provider to a trusted advisor. So help your clients understand the why behind what you do and help them to understand the limitations and the need for some more advanced diagnostic tools when they're needed.